These weeds were growing outside my garden gate, and they seemed to be saying to me, "Why don't you use me in a botanical print?" So that's what I'm going to do. And if you'd like to join me and see what happens next, then carry on watching, because all will be revealed. So these were growing outside my garden gate in the lane. I don't think they had that silly voice saying, "Please use me," but you know, that's what I heard in my head. But then again, that's a different story. So I'm going to use them. They may or may not work, but I will film it and then you can see what happens. I've got no idea what kind of weeds they are, but they're very pretty anyway. I've done a bit of pruning down the bottom of the stem. I've got some tissue paper to one side. I've got my brayers, and I'm using again the paints that I used last time that's got some extender in it, so that it means that the paints aren't going to dry quite as quickly as they would do had I not have applied it. The extender that I've just been speaking about is a Golden Open acrylic gel gloss, and I've applied some to the paints that I'm going to use. It's still a bit of a guess as to how much to use, but nonetheless it does seem to be doing the trick. I've got a smaller jelly plate to one side here so I can mix my paints on, and a book that I'm just using to roll off the paint onto. Some rather nice, some really nice pages here that I can use next time. This is a book that I got last Christmas, and it's coming in very, very useful. Okay, so that seems to be ready to go. I'll just pick my paint now, straighten that up. So I thought I would use this transparent red oxide. I'm going to put it on with this wedge. If I wipe it on here, I can always use the roller over the top of it, and I use some, oops, got a leaf there, oh, go away leaf, and a little bit of ultramarine as well. This can serve as another little experiment on that side. Okay, so just using 2 rollers here to begin with. This one is one that I'm using for warmer colours, and then I'll use this one for the blue, and try and get them to roll into each other. So then you get a really nice green halfway along. Must be a hair on there somewhere, it's just leaving an impression, but it doesn't matter in the scheme of things. Let's have a look at that afterwards. Okay, let's put these fellas down. As I say, I don't know how they're going to react. If you're wondering about the gloves, I am a messy painter, and paint goes everywhere. And also I've just been mincing some garlic, so I hope you can't smell that as well. Was that too much information? Probably. I can press these down a little bit more because I've got some more time before the paint dries. Let's move that over a little bit and press them down. Okay. So this is wet strength tissue paper, and I've got another one here that I'll just pop on there. Give that a good press down. Have you tried this method of producing textured papers with botanicals? I hope you have, because it's rather satisfying. And I do find extending the drying capacity of the acrylic paints by using the open acrylic gloss gel to be the key to doing things like this, for me anyway. You can buy the different colours of open paint, but I've got quite a number of acrylic paints already sitting on my shelf, and I don't particularly want to buy any more. The golden products are absolutely fantastic if you've never used them before, and the open ones, I believe, seeing the wonderful people who use them, get very, very, very good results, but they are rather expensive, and this method is working well for me, so I think I'll just stick with using these paints with the open acrylic. Okay, so I'm going to lift this off now. And I've got rather a nice negative print there, I don't know whether you can see, but what I want to do is to take these off and put them to one side carefully. She said throwing them down onto another table, and now carefully putting this down. So what will be imprinted on this print, or this tissue paper, is the features of the leaves and the flowers, I think to a lesser extent the flowers. With this one, what I'll do is I'll just leave it as a negative print so you can see that. So there's the negative print without putting the tissue paper back on and applying it on top to get the outline of these flowers. What I'll do now is quickly move that, pop this on here like that, and just get the ghost print. So let's get this off carefully. And there is a rather nice print with the flowers. Oh, I'm really pleased with that. Put that to one side. And I've still got a ghost print there. I don't know whether I can get that up or not. Let's have a look. I doubt it, but I can still use the paper afterwards. Let's have a look at this. So that's very delicate, and I prefer this rather than this this print here. Yeah. Put that to one side to dry. Let's see what's on here. Again, there's a little bit of a ghost print on this side. So just an impression there, but that will serve as the beginnings of another print session. Let's see if I can get that off. This wet strength tissue paper doesn't half stand up to some printing. See, it's still coming off. Let's take this off. Okay, nothing too much on there, but so there is a quick botanical print for you using some weeds that I've just found in my outside my garden gate in the lane in the village. So 3 little prints from a little plant sitting outside my front gate that was begging me to use it. So I hope you enjoyed that quick demonstration, and I look forward to seeing you again next time. So bye for now. Bye bye.